Hey guys, it's Daniel. Today I want to help you guys understand float, which will help you tremendously how to start investing in the stock market. What I have here for now is an Excel sheet pretty much tracking anything that has gapped up over 5% and over 1 million pre-market volume. So what I have here is for 2024. If you can see right here, I have, if I can just go over this briefly, the market cap, I get this from the scanner, market cap, float. This is the one that I want to focus on. I think that understanding the float, this is a great way to grow your small account day trading strategy, by building up on what you already know and continue on from there. So if you understand float, whatever you already know about the stock market and how to invest, knowing how the float works, not just how it looks like on Thinkorswim, but how it looks like on Excel, is really going to help you out. So if this was an entire day trading for beginners step-by-step course, I think understanding the float and market cap will certainly be some of the first things that you need to know. Okay, so let me show you pretty much so you know. Let me show you the first one. Let me show you next here. NEXI. Right here. NEXI. Okay. Just so you can see how it looks like on Excel. It's going to be on January 3rd, 2024. So we go to January 3rd, 2024. I'm gonna stay on the 5-minute chart. As you can see here, I pretty much measure the distance. I enter it manually on Excel. The closing price, opening price, the highest point, the lowest point, the highest point pre-market, and that's how I come with these numbers here. So the gap up is pretty much from the prior day close all the way to the pre-market high. In this case is from here all the way to here. As you can see here on this blue box, it has 217. Correct. Yeah. Gap up to, yeah, that's correct. And then PM, the pre-market decline is just pretty much from the highest point down to the opening price. In this case, it was about 1%. Correct. The spike is pretty much from the opening price to the highest point intraday. So from the opening price right here all the way to the highest point, that's going to be about 48. Correct. I have 49 opening price. If you want to see how much it spiked down, it'll be about 20%, which is what I have here, 20. And then extended is just, that one's pretty simple. It's from the prior day close to the opening price. In this case, from close to opening, that's 207. Correct. Okay. So now that you know more or less how spike looks and spike down looks, I want to show you how the smaller the float. I know you guys understand this conceptually, but I think it's very interesting how it looks like on Excel. When you get to see how it looks like on Excel, for example, the smaller the float, the more it tends to spike. And hence the other way around also. When your float is bigger, it tends to spike less. So what I'm going to do here with this data is that I'm going to sort it by spike, I'm going to put the biggest ones on top. So I am going to color them so it'll be easier to see and to read and understand. Okay, so anything that has spiked up over 100, I'm going to color it. Let's put it green. Anything that spiked up over 50, right here, I'm going to put this one blue, just so you guys start getting a sense. Once again, the spike is, all I'm measuring is from the opening price to the highest point. It doesn't matter where it is or what time, as long as it's in intraday and it's the highest point, that's what's going to be showing on Excel. So then now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to sort it by float. If you can see here, okay, these I don't have floats. Pretty much what they are. These are mostly IPOs. The company that just started, they just IPO'd and they don't have a float. Or sometimes, on rare cases, the scanner that I use, it doesn't have a float. it doesn't show one, but the majority of them do. And as you can see here, these floats right here are 500s, 400s, 300s, 200s, and you don't see many that have spiked up. However, the more you start scrolling down, 100s, 120s, 100s, you start to see maybe one or two that spiked up. Remember, green was 100 and over. Blue was 50 to 100% spike. Now we're at the 50s, 40s. You start seeing a little more. 30s. See, now we're going to the 20 floats. As you can see here in the 20s, it starts to spike more. You start seeing more 100%ers, 50%ers. This is 103, 80, 276. Now we're in the teens, 17s, 16s. And look at all of this spike. 78%, 61, 101%. Remember, it's also possible to get a very large spike like this one on a high float amount. It's rare, but it does happen. And as you can see statistically, it is less likely to happen if the float is big. And the smaller the float gets, the more volatile it gits, the more it could spike. See, now we're still in the low teens. We get more, the 10s, more 9s, 8s, 7, 6, right here, 6 floats, 4 million. Look at this. There's more. There's a lot right here. 3 millions. There's more. You see, there's more and more. 3. Look at this. 2 million. These are very small. You know, you could call them micro floats, nano floats. These are very small floats, and as you can see, these could really spike a lot. They tend to do what happens as a short squeeze, where a bunch of short sellers have to exit their position in order to stop their losses, and then everybody keeps buying and buying and buying, and the spike just goes out of control. Look at all of this float. 1 million float has a lot of stocks that tend to spike. So when you're thinking if you want to short or if you want to go long, having an understanding, especially if you have like an Excel sheet like this, look at this, 100%, 1 million float, even less than 1 million float. It tends to spike a lot. But yeah, having this kind of information will help you narrow. It'll help you narrow which stocks do you want to short or which stocks you want to go long in. Whatever your strategy is, if you're trying to go long, if you're trying to go short, it is very helpful to collect this type of data, because as you can see, it shows you how much it spikes. And this is just for float. You can subsort it if you want to break it down by market cap also. You can do that. You can also do by extended. You can get anything over 100% extended on one side, and then anything below 100% on a different side. And then once you're done subsorting them, once you divide them into 2 different sections, you can subsort it again, so to give you even more accurate data. For example, look at this one right here. This is one of the ones that has spiked a lot. It's HOLO on February 7th, 24. Okay. February 7th, 24. Let's look at that one. February 7th, 24. HOLO. Okay. As you can see how this one just went very aggressive. This one, it has a market float of not even 1 million. That's how small it is. As you can see, these are so small that when only a few buyers, it doesn't even have to be a lot of buyers. It only takes a few buyers to skyrocket this price. And in this case, as you can see it right here, it opened up at 376, and then it just went up and up and up, and it started squeezing a lot of shorts. It hit a maximum of 392% spike. Yeah, my Excel, I have 395, but it's the same. It's just that, when you're hovering, when you are using the Excel, when you're using the mouse, it's not going to give you completely accurate. But what I base it more is on, if you can see the data right here, if you hover over the first candle, you're going to see it says right here open. I think it says 376. Yeah, so that's 376. So that's the number you would put in. And then the closing, no, in this case it'll be the high, which would be 1864. So you get the first number minus the second number divided by the first, and it should give you the percentage of how much it spikes. So, if you want to learn stock market strategy, beginners step by step, I would say is probably the first step. Is understanding market float, understanding the market cap, and then pretty much getting a general idea of how much they tend to spike, because that's going to help you so much, whenever you're choosing what stock to go short or what stock to go long. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.